This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for June 4th, 2025. Just announced, Seether and Daughtry are headed to the MGM Music Hall at Fenway on October 7th with POD and Cammy Keo. Tickets go on sale this Friday, June 6th at 10 a.m. The Seether and Daughtry tour has one other stop in New England in Bridgeport, Connecticut on October 8th at the Hartford Healthcare Amphitheater. Weeks after the city got a Lemmy statue, plans for his hometown, Burslem, to become the site of a new music hall dedicated to the Motorhead frontman have been revealed. Plans to install an 800-capacity live music club called Kilmister Halls in Burslem, Stoke-on-Trent have been gathering local support. The space would also include a cafe and a museum, and it would replace the currently vacant building, Queen's Theatre on Wedgwood Street. Collective Soul have announced a documentary to celebrate the band's 30th anniversary called Give Me a Word, The Collective Soul Story, set for release on July 8th via Trinity Content Partners. The film will be available on DVD and Blu-ray on July 8th and on video on demand via Amazon in North America. It'll also be available on iTunes globally and Google in North America. Streaming for the documentary will be available later this year. Give Me a Word, The Collective Soul Story tells the band's untold story, the family component of the band, the creativity, and the wisdom that has been hard-won over their illustrious career. Filmed at Elvis Presley's Palm Springs, California estate in early 2023, during the recording of the band's latest album, Here to Eternity. Atreyu have announced a North American tour, performing their 2004 sophomore album, The Curse. Unearth will be performing their 2004 sophomore album, The Oncoming Storm. Norma Jean will be celebrating 20 years of their 2005 sophomore album, Oh God, The Aftermath, and 18 Visions will be splitting their set between their 2004 album, Obsession, and their 2000 sophomore album, Until the Ink Runs Out. Tickets for the entire tour go on sale this Friday, June 6th. That includes a stop on November 22nd in Norwalk, Connecticut at the District Music Hall and in Worcester, Massachusetts on November 23rd at the Palladium. The Dropkick Murphys have announced their new album, For the People, saying it's more than just a title, it's a heartfelt stance, a declaration of who this band is and who they've always been. For the People will be digitally released on July 4th, with LP and CD releases featuring 5 bonus tracks out on October 10th. The album cover that was created by Shepard Fairey features a black rose, which is traditionally linked to death, loss, mourning, and grief. The black rose also symbolizes change, renewal, rebirth, and new beginnings. Gibson has launched a worldwide guitar hunt to find the Gibson E345 red guitar used by Michael J. Fox in the 1985 classic Back to the Future, saying cinema's most influential guitar hasn't been seen in 40 years. In the movie, Michael J. Fox's character, Marty McFly, travels back in time 30 years and plays Johnny B. Goode, which would be released 3 years later at the Enchantment Under the Sea school dance. The scene and the cherry red Gibson have inspired countless viewers to take up guitar, including John Mayer and Chris Martin from Coldplay. The filmmakers went to track the guitar down to make the sequel to Back to the Future, but the guitar that was originally rented from Norman Harris, a vintage guitar expert, was nowhere to be found. It's been missing for 4 decades. Last month, Billy Joel canceled all of his upcoming tour dates after revealing that he had been diagnosed with normal pressure hydrocephalus, or NPH, a brain disorder that causes fluid to accumulate in the brain's ventricles, leading to issues with hearing, vision, and balance. Billy Joel saying, quote, "I'm not dying," to his longtime friend Howard Stern, who said he had dinner with Joel a couple of weeks ago and that he's, quote, "doing fine." He does have issues, but he said, yeah, you can tell people, I'm not dying. He wants people to know that he just has got to deal with some medical stuff, but he was delightful. On the eve of their highly anticipated tour launch at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, members of Heart were devastated to discover that 2 irreplaceable instruments were stolen from the venue. Among the missing items, a custom-built, one-of-a-kind purple sparkle baritone Telecaster with a hand-painted headstock crafted specifically for Nancy Wilson. Also taken was a vintage 1966 Gibson EM50 mandolin that band member Paul Moak has played for 25 years. The band's saying that these instruments are more than just tools of our trade, they're extensions of our musical souls. Saying, quote, "We're heartbroken and we're asking for their safe return, no questions asked. Their value to us is immeasurable." Zach Sabbath, the Black Sabbath tribute band featuring Zach Wilde, Robert Blasco Nicholson, and Joey Castillo, has announced a U.S. tour for the fall of 2025. Tickets go on sale this Friday, June 6th at 10 a.m. That includes 2 stops in New England, November 21st in Wallingford, Connecticut at the Toyota Oakdale Theater, and November 25th at Hampton Beach, New Hampshire at Wally's. For the first time in over 50 years, the surviving members of the original Alice Cooper Band have reunited to release a brand new studio album called The Revenge of Alice Cooper, set for release on July 25th. The band released the second single from their album called Wild Ones yesterday. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 261, featuring Michael Paulson from Volbeat, is available now.